Hello, guys. Welcome back to itsjusttech, and today we're talking about the unsolved murder of Tech CEO Erin Valenti. And this is part 2 of the murder mystery. Yes, this gets weird. Part 1 was cut off while I was still talking. Is the dark state listening? Let's try part 2. Unsolved murder of Tech CEO, Utah Tech CEO Erin Valenti in October 2019, labeled as a voluntary missing person, with police refusing to investigate the mystery of a missing persons case. We are calling it is a suspicious death, at best a murder mystery at worst. Please note the facts have been pulling from online reports and are being the best of our broadcast titling Missing in America. As of the year 2020, the staggering number of 188 individuals still remain unaccounted for. Yet in the past 3 years, it appeared that missing adults report have counted had dropped annually, while missing children cases have tripled in the United States. This is a grave matter that demands our utmost attention and action, and yet we're getting more and more missing every year. So we keep missing it, and it's like, the people for like adults they ago are okay, but the people for like the all the kids and stuff are starting to get more and more. So according to the San Jose medical examiner office.
Oh, San Jose. That's where her body was found.
Yes. According to San Jose medical examiner office, based on Frank's report, the autopsy report from the medical examiner's office in San Jose was not available for several months. Thus, while passing time, people's memory faded. The reports indicated that the cause of death was against sudden death and setting of an acute manic episode.
Really? She got really excited and died? A 33-year-old, healthy, happy woman?
That's what they say. But it is not disclosed to the exact reason for her passing, except that it was considered natural. The manic episode is a characterization by
euphoria, extreme happiness.
Yes, erasing thoughts and a sensation of connection.
Wow, she felt connected. She felt plugged in.
Yeah, the period usually followed by depressed or irritability. The autopsy report also mentioned Venti's previous diagnostic as a thyroid condition that was being threatened with a medical that have played in report, and also mentioned blood examples that were not available for analysis.
They were not available? How were the blood in a missing person suspicious activity? The blood wasn't available for analysis?
Yeah, it makes no sense. The medical examiner's office discovered signs of manic episode in Valentine's records in the days leading up to her plan. Now the only thing that is with this line of electronic records were that were just phone calls. Authorities, the phone calls. Authorities also said a review of her medical records suggests that the ideology of her final manic episode was related to an emerging previous undiagnosed diagnosed psychiatric disorder.
Psychiatric, so she didn't know she had it. Her psychiatrist husband didn't know she had it, and her nurse of a mom didn't know she had it. But at 33, she suddenly died from it.
Yeah. Weird, huh? So nobody knew about it. It was not diagnosed. There had been no symptoms whatsoever. And previously discussed, did her emotion really kill her? So she was apparently healthy 33-year-old woman who hiked, skis, climbed, successful high-tech businesswoman with over $1 million business, launching platforms for Fortune 500 companies, no history whatsoever of mental illness, and married to a psychologist, had a nurse as a mom, and she had a deep interest and was investing her time, if not her finances, into brainwave AI interfering.
Oh yeah, I remember you talked about the cyborg thing.
Yes, cyborg. She takes a trip to attend this intense immersive life course designed to change your life and gain new relationships with fear. And she also tells her family she's excited about coming home and implementing what she's learned. She further states Fred Fuller states that on a drive to the airport she descends into mental illness and dies of sudden death, which means, by definition, death within an hour of acute manic episode. How often does that happen? She's been missing for days and then found in the back seat of her car, supposedly parked for 5 days on a street a few blocks from where her phone was last tracked days before. And yet nobody saw her in that area. None of the search party volunteers found the car until 5 days after she disappeared, though they were looking all around that area, suggesting the car may not have been there when the entire time. The car with a body in the back seat would go unnoticed on that particular street when people were frantically looking.
Streets around here aren't overcrowded, and we're going to show via the short how that's not an apartment building street. It's residential. If you're flying over with a drone and you're driving by in cars and looking for specific gray Murano, you're not going to miss it.
He lays out his entanglement with the deep state.
Who did?
Like Noah saw it, and like.
So this is where the story gets even weirder. If this isn't enough, Erin Valenti, before becoming her entrepreneur, worked as head of product at Overstock.com. Have you heard of Overstock?
No.
Overstock is an online discount platform. The founder and CEO,
Patrick Green, came from a very poor upbringing to call Warren Buffett his second father. The family of amassed immense wealth, almost almost overnight and threw this God-fearing family into a world of imagined wealth that came with imaginal strings. Breen saw an opportunity to sell truckload of stock that kind of fell back of other trucks onto a sophomore platform that he created and grew to be known as Overstock.com. Yet, in his Rumble interview on valuation,
On Valuetainment. The link is below.
The link is below, which I put the link below because it's actually very intriguing. The View has been Burns openly talking. He lays out his entanglement with the deep state. Does not seem like a coincidence that his confident former employee mysteriously died in October 2019 and resigned just a few months before.
Coincidence. There's a lot of things lining up here that are getting weirder and weirder. At some point, it's not a coincidence. You're right.
Signed 3 months in August the same year, just a few months prior, due to the suspicious and intriguing actions, serving as a U.S. government civilian in San Jose is one of the most corrupt cities in the United States. Not known well for that, but it has the uppickings of the greatest crime, especially with Silicon Valley. Competition is fierce. I know because I live here. The police chose to limit the investigation in this case, like they have many. And this case came up with an absurd claim of bipolar. Yet the autopsy comments from her husband do not support the claim at all. The Salt Lake City police weighed in on the Valenti missing persons case and explained why police stopped investigating, but also fell short and further stated that 5 days later, it was Erin that was bipolar. That was the problem. The article stated that they didn't need to see the medical records, and I didn't see the medical record, so I cannot comment on whether her mental state was. I didn't meet her. I'm not a professional in that field, but to my knowledge, bipolar is not terminal. A visible destructive action may be due to chemical disorder in the brain, but spontaneous death is not normal. The case is odd, and the case is odd, and COVID is up even odder. Erin Valenti's final words were noted as being "We're in the Matrix." I ask you, are we in the Matrix? This is It's Just Tech. Do you have any suggestions? See you on the other side.